British Army vehicles setting off on a historic road move. We're in the Balkans, and today, these soldiers are patrolling a new strategically significant route, which has been opened by NATO. It's called Corridor 8, and its implementation demonstrates NATO's ability to project force across a region that was not so long ago ravaged by conflict. It's 25 years since the conflict concluded in Kosovo. KFOR remains NATO's largest military deployment, and the opening of Corridor 8 is a significant milestone on the journey from that war.
Conflict in the Balkans may seem like old history to many of BFBS viewers and recipients of BFBS's services, but it's also a war that cost almost 150,000 lives. It's also a war in our lifetime, certainly in mine, and it's also a war that is all too easily remembered. And my advice as the Prime Minister's Special Envoy for the region is always to look forwards and not back. And our armed forces who are looking forwards are part of the deterrent force that NATO offers.
Corridor 8 links the Adriatic and Black Seas. It's one of a number of designated routes NATO can use to deploy forces across Europe. But because it stretches from Durrës in Albania, pushing northeast to Bulgaria's coast on the Black Sea, Corridor 8 is additionally significant in the context of Russia.
It's about us being able to reach out, act quickly, and be on the ground to have an effect. I was the ambassador in Kosovo last year, so I know that when we're called upon not just to do exercises, but to deploy for real, and our guys are on the ground making a difference, the speed with which we do so really matters.
While NATO activities like this are intended to demonstrate force and a wider commitment to peace in the region, they also allow militaries to come together and train. Right now, UK personnel are engaged in a series of exercises with Albanian troops, testing interoperability.
Since the Albanian was joining NATO 15 years ago, the Albanian tried to improve all the capacity of the armed forces, and we took place in every exercise, major exercise in the NATO. Albanian army and UK, they have cooperated for long time. But I just want to mention that the last 10 years this cooperation was very intensified. But also the cooperation continue in education, which Albania is sending a lot of guys over there in Sanhar. All the guys, they are educated over there, and after this education they took responsibility for the best units that we have in Albania.
The honour of being the first NATO troops to test Corridor 8 goes to the men and women of the 1st Battalion, Royal Yorkshire Regiment. It's these soldiers from Catterick who are making history by conducting the convoy along a chunk of the route. When they reach their destination, though, the battalion takes over responsibilities of providing NATO's strategic reserve in Kosovo.
Troops from the 1st Battalion Royal Yorks have been here for a few days now. We're really enjoying the opportunity to serve and work with NATO. It's the first time for one of our Yorks to have been supporting NATO. The 7th Brigade, the Desert Rats, who we're part of, have been supporting NATO for the last few months. But for us, this is the first time we're at readiness, and we're at readiness until May now next year, supporting NATO, and it's a real privilege.
Yeah, so the soldiers are enjoying it. We've had a lot of lads that went out to Iraq last year, but there are a lot of new lads that are here as well. They're enjoying just being away, being in an environment they're not used to. It's unusual. Day to day is completely different. Yeah, it shows our flexibility, how we can adapt to different environments. We've just come off Wessex Storm in the UK, Salisbury Plain. The terrain here, the environment, the weather, everything's completely different. So it just shows the nature of an infantry soldier and how they adapt to overcome.
Well, the very fact that NATO has a force in Kosovo 25 years after the end of the conflict, it's a sad fact that we need that force. But we do need the force to honour the terms of the United Nations Security Council resolution. The UK is proud to commit itself as part of the armed forces to the Kosovo force, along with the excellent work of our embassy and our teams on the ground. And we continue to support and have recognised Kosovo as a nation state.
Another milestone along the road from war, yes, but also another opportunity to show NATO's adversaries the West has the ability to get about this region en masse and with ease. And for the British soldiers deployed here for the next several months, it's an operational tour under their belt, working hand in hand with international partners focused on enduring peace across the Balkans. James Walton, BFBS Forces News, Durrës, Albania. Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.